Okay guys, so video series I've been meaning to do forever and just keep forgetting to. It's showing you guys step for step how to put together one of my kits. Because if you want to save a lot of money, buy stuff from me in a kit. I'd much rather sell it as a kit than a completed model because I can only build so much in a year. So first up, let's show you the walk-in floor trailer. So if you order the kit, this is what you're going to get. This bag and then whatever tires you order. So there's a couple different brands of this trailer. I've modeled mine after an old school Stateside. So what you're going to get is the floor, and it's got the rib detailing of the shuffle floor. This guy is your solid wall. This is your Stateside outer wall that'll slip over that. Tarp frame, and your rear doors. First thing I do is check the flatness of the frame. As you can see, this one, like most 3D printed things, has got a little warp to it. Easy solution. Take a hair dryer to it. It'll soften it up, move it into place. I know some guys I've heard put it in boiling water, microwave, a few different things. I don't know about any of those. The one I do know that works is a hair dryer. Next step. So these guys have this giant superstructure built around them just so that the print quality is better, because I was getting a lot of really warped frames. So you're going to cut apart all this skeleton and all these ribs off the inside. This one is just all the exterior skeleton, so that way it'll be ready for paint. And here's what you come up with. Again, nothing to do to the doors. Let me just move them out of the way. Nothing to do to the tarp frame, unless you got a little warp. There's a little bit there I could probably heat gun and flatten out. Frame. It's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. When using like a blow dryer or something like that, kind of heat it up, bend it, let it set to kind of figure out where it wants to stay. If it doesn't stay where you want it, heat it up again. Just take your time so you don't melt it. Inner wall, outer wall. So this guy will just wind up slipping right over the top of that one. I'm waiting until I paint, because I got to remember how much of this back end you cut off. I know for sure across the back, but I don't know where exactly the switch is. But yeah, so it'll just slip over like that to give you that Stateside effect. So next up is paint. The way I tackle this, every shuffle floor trailer I've been around, the floor is essentially aluminum. The inside of the walls is just aluminum. That's where I'm going to start. I'm going to shoot the inside walls and the floor with either silver, aluminum, whatever I have, and then figure out my color scheme from there. All right, before I go to paint, I want to try something different. So the way this trailer works is there's a groove all the way around here that these walls kind of set down into. Probably needs to be a little deeper of a groove. Maybe that would help. But you have almost no, what am I thinking of, strength or rigidity in this until it's kind of all coming together. So to try and make it a little more stable, I went ahead and glued it together now while I'm getting ready to paint, because then I'm hoping the paint will also seal in there and help hold that wall to the floor. Because that's the one thing about the resin, is it's hard to get a real good glue. I guess the word I'm looking for is maybe like glue penetration, to where it really holds it instead of just kind of over the top of it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it does in my head. So now I'm going to go through, paint the chrome or silver or whatever I have for the inside of the trailer. And then I'll have to figure out how to tape it off to paint the outside of the trailer. That's going to be the tricky part. But trying something different. Okay guys, update on the walking floor trailer. I forgot to grab the camera before I did my tape job and everything, but I taped up the back end and all across the top. I'm hoping that sealed nice. I did very, very light coats. I did like 5 light coats of black. The one thing I noticed on the inside, I used Instaset to help the glue harden real quick. everywhere Instaset touched, you can kind of see a line. It's not going to be that big a deal because it's on the inside, so it's not really going to show up at all. It's kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. It must just be whatever's in the Instaset. I'm assuming some sort of oil base, something. I let it dry for 2 days too, so it's not like it was wet. But either way, the Instaset made some funny lines on the inside, but it's not that big a deal. I taped across the top and then down the back, leaving the rear bumper exposed. Now, what I'm going to wind up doing is taking tape and taping off the sides and separating and leaving the frame edge. So that way, the main frame at the bottom will match up with the stake side. The frame and stakes are going to be red. The other thing I forgot to do the other day was paint the doors when I was painting the aluminum color, because I need the inside of the doors to be that aluminum. Hold the camera steady, jeez. I need the inside of the door to be that aluminum color, and then I'll have to tape it all up and paint that backside black. Or I could paint it by hand, no more than it is. So that's the update there. This weekend I'm hoping to get the red on it, so I'll try and get you pictures of it whenever I get it all taped up. Next update. So I taped off the sides. Hopefully that little lip isn't going to cause a problem. Got the red frame all painted up. I'm ready to strip the tape. Here are the sides all painted. Oh, and I actually remembered the doors. So I got the aluminum on the one side. Now I got to tape them off and get the black put on the outside. Tarp frame needs just a little bit of a shot with the blow dryer, kind of soften that up so it lays flat. And we're good to put this thing together. Alright guys, peeling the tape. I'm liking the lines on the outside. I stopped right here so I could show you guys this. Here's kind of how I did the inside. So I did a row all along this edge and kind of curled them down and then built this whole kind of roof over it. And then there's how I packed the bottom. I put a row of tape along the bottom, and then once I built this over the top on the back side here, I also sealed from the inside to try and keep anything from getting in. Let's see how it looks. Holy shnikes, guys, this came out awesome. So this top edge, there is just a little bit of black got in, but it doesn't matter because it's going to get covered by the red frame. Looking at the back here, crisp lines. Holy crap, that came out as good as you could ever hope for. Okay. Next step. Oh, as I try and break it. That'd be my best tape job ever, and then I break it. So the next step will be to get the doors on, so that way the outer shell can go on. Tarp frame, done. Well, wheels and tires, obviously. Last night I put the doors on. Just simply a pin. I think it's like a .03 styrene rod I put through there to get those on. If I hadn't showed you guys, the doors actually came out great. I didn't touch up anything other than the hinge area. The rest of the doors, the tape actually did really, really good. I'm more than shocked. I'm stunned. But as you can see, there's a little gap there because it's not fully rigid. So the next step now is going to be getting the skeleton frame set over it. I get that on, get the tarp frame on, and then this thing is done. Got some DCP wheels, needs mud flaps. Yeah, we're almost there. And there we have it, guys, a finished model. So the red part, there's a groove in the top here. It'll snap down almost all the way. If you do like some cleaning on it, you know, there's little bumps and pieces of resin. You get that cleaned, it'll snap right down. You cut off the back piece that's just there for structure. So that all snaps on. I think I glued it in about 5-6 places on each side because the sides want to spread out. So you gotta glue them in. glue the tarp frame on. Added the mud flaps. Those are just DCP mud flaps I got off of eBay. And there you have it, guys. A completed shuffle floor trailer. Alright, stay tuned for the next video in this series of whatever I decide to build next. See you later.